If you've been in any Facebook group since 2019, you've seen this photo 100 times and been bullied and challenged to a street race for cash by its owner, Chris Trefu, the most hated man on social media. The ironic thing is, there's actually a lot of nice pictures of the S10 that exist, but nope, we just see that staging line picture over and over and over again. If you were to do a word association for Chris Trefu, it would be Diggs, Woodward, Dr. Pepper. Want to do a dig? And there's no doubt the S10 definitely got down on the street and on no preps before Chris took the whole thing apart into a million pieces. But none of that stopped him from talking smack and calling everybody slow. And when it seemed unsure if the S10 would come back out, we came up with ideas for him to still stay active. Even came up with a new name for him. But in late summer of 2023, all of Chris's threats came to reality when the S10 made its way back out on the streets. In its time on jack stands, it received a bigger engine, a bigger turbo, rear-mounted radiator, and what appears to be all of Chris's thrift store donations in the bed.
Sorry if I'm being super
He even
loud.
drove the S10 to the spot, which is commendable. I mean, he didn't bring his own ice or tools, but one thing at a time.
Like, you want me to put down a lot of prep? Like, what do you... normal stuff? Talk to me what you're trying to do here.
I look down a decent puddle.
Okay. Are you trying to make full S10s or just like 60s? Or... I guess it don't matter for me. But...
I'm gonna see how it likes it.
Just be safe. Make a choice.
In its first version, which Chris calls S10 1.0, he put it together and it pretty much went down the street pretty fast right away. And he's convinced, what the hell is that? Sorry, he's convinced that it's gonna go the same way this time. Oh yeah, get used to that sound. A fun thing to watch in this video is how Dustin's mood and enthusiasm changes throughout the night.
There's like something down from that.
us were getting a little skeptical. Chris never lost his childlike confidence that this thing just flat out is gonna work.
Is it just trying to hook?
Yeah, it wakes up kind of hot. There's not much shit down. So, don't be here to let off.
Now this is normally around the time you'd start pulling out the laptop and checking data and making adjustments, but I don't think the laptop was hooked up for that run.
Rash. Oh, it's fine. 145. It was 216 and then I forgot to turn the pump back on.
Were you making it go wop, wop, wop?
No.
I love that he asked
No, I
that
think it was pulling
question.
something. 60 foot was atrocious.
Yeah, it was cool entire time. It wasn't sticky at all out there.
It felt like it was okay though. But horrible. Absolutely fucking horrible.
Yeah, the thing's breaking up.
Why is it breaking up, do you know?
It's my computer's fault.
So the consensus was that there was a fuel issue, and the first thing that got checked was the regulator. And Jonathan got the laptop hooked up, so we weren't flying blind.
Alright, so you're connected, so once you're ready, you can turn on.
Well, no, you can do that after the burnout if you want, or during the burnout.
Yeah, I want to do it before,
Okay.
so I can see the burnout.
So
if it
just
does
open
anything-
up that door when I roll up there.
Alright.
Little backstory here. The S10 had been running for about 2 weeks, and he had a dyno session to get it properly tuned. But he was having trouble with it overheating with his new rear-mounted radiator, missed his dyno session, and just showed up with whatever tune is in it now.
Does it sound like you got a fucking knot?
It sounds weird. I don't know what it is. It sounds weird.
Find out.
Not doing what you want, I'm guessing.
No.
I'm not an expert on these things, but I know enough to know those aren't the goals.
It's not doing nothing. And now it's like popping. And I'm pretty sure that fucking exhaust manifold's like busted the fuck out.
While we were jacking around with all of this, a crowd showed up.
Is it still downloading?
Yeah, you got
yeah.
another 3 days.
Yeah.
Bro.
Dude, it's a fucking big ass log file. And there's a second one.
I don't know why.
But none of this was going to dampen his smack talking.
He's like, I'll try to get you.
Dude can't hook up for shit. I think I out 60-footed him.
I heard it, but I didn't know what the logs.
It's still downloading.
I don't know why we're here on a Friday night.
His fuel flow said
I
30 miles an hour.
know. I
I'm
know.
like, yeah, my car's still.
Dipshit kids.
Like my white car went down to 94, but I think it's closer to 11.
I hope he comes back and tells me his drag was like Vito's.
Yeah. Right?
I would. Look.
I think 100% I probably would have get the 370 though, which is.
Just gonna
Do you
open the
need the
floodgates.
truck on anymore?
Yeah, it's still downloading.
Oh my gosh, because this battery's dropping down to like 11.
Yeah, this is a wonderful fucking setup.
Yeah, but the duty cycle, it's not going to go.
Intake air temperature though, 109.
Without ice.
I know. Air to water sucks, bro.
I don't have to buy ice, bro.
I mean, realistically, it's not that bad.
Your fucking ice was $12.
I sent you money.
Take a hit out here.
Oh, do you want me to turn these things off? I don't know how.
No, I'm capturing all the magic. Are you kidding me?
The magic? The magic of me being upset?
Yeah.
This is probably going to be like
'cause
Wayne's favorite video of all time.
because when you get this shit ripping, you're going to look back and be like, oh my god, remember that night how slow
Turn
it
the-
was? That's the whole point.
I hate this shit. I hate when my junk doesn't work. It's depressing.
Part of it.
I know you had a ton of issues, but I never had this many issues.
I know.
It's driving me up a wall.
To your deficit, because if you had had issues from the beginning like everyone else normally does, you'd be like, yeah, this is normal. But because like
The first time everything went together like magic, now you're on the struggle bus that everyone normally rides,
Yeah.
and you don't know
It's
how to
annoying.
deal with it.
It's annoying.
It is.
So
It
the
fucking
computer has
sucks.
an internal 7 gig.
You got the log?
Yeah.
Thank God. What's up, buddy?
So as much as Jonathan could figure, there was definitely still a fuel delivery issue. And since it still had the same E85 in it that it did when it was parked 3 years ago, all signs were pointing to fuel filters. Luckily for Chris, all of his friends had a jack, ramps, tools, wiring supplies, and everything else he might need. He wasn't too concerned about the injectors getting messed up by pulling out the filters, because they were Dustin's injectors anyways. So, with no possible mechanical restrictions to fuel delivery, he set out to put on a show for the ever-growing crowd. Poor Dustin. Now, to be fair, it was later determined that the fuel delivery issue was a baffle that had broken off inside the fuel cell and was blocking the pickup. But there was no way to know that night, and apparently no reason to not keep trying to make passes. It should also be mentioned that Chris's tuner has a whole lot of stuff locked out and a whole lot of safeties in place because, well, Chris.
Still popping. It sounded way better though.
It was making, on the trans brake, it was making 55 PSI fuel pressure, according to that.
Which, if it's saying your base is 50 right now for God knows what reason, and then on the brake it was 55.
Yeah.
So pump speed kicking up, boost on top of the regulator. You know, it's trying. The only next thing is to somehow verify if the fuel pump is going to.
I did get out of it and then get back into it, and that's when I clicked the second, but it was in first that whole time.
Yeah, it still popped, but it sounded a lot happier.
Right.
It didn't pop nearly as many times.
This is annoying.
Yeah.
It felt so slow.
You were about to witness something never done
I
before.
can tell you how fast it went, actually, if you want. So the first time it was 760s in the 8th. At 95 miles an hour.
Not bad.
That's so slow, dude. That's depressing.
I think fucking Lane's fucking express man's faster.
They look good, though. What garbage?
Fuel pressure issues.
Did you look at the log?
No. My tuner's lacking, bro.
I can fix your truck with the tune, yes. I can turn off your safeties. This thing will go down the street.
It probably would, but
Yeah,
no.
it would. He won't let.
I don't want to. I will get grounded. I already did.
Literally.
So I literally messaged him and I was like, I'm taking the fuel filters out. He's like, don't do that. Your injector's gonna be fucked. I'm like, certain said it was okay. How shitty was that burnout?
Find out. When you get up there, I'll turn the water on again.
Uh-oh, we got a problem. Alright, there it goes.
What the fuck was that?
It does it every once in a while.
When you get over there, I'll turn the water back on again.
Huh? No, I'm gonna do it. You want to try another one? I can do a second gear. I can feel it trying to hook up.
Are you gonna do another burnout?
I was thinking about doing it, but in second gear this time.
You're not doing second gear burnout? You're supposed to do second gear burnout.
I know. I want to see what car this is up here.
That's a cop. That's a cop.
Now, I'm not sure if the old round the block trick works in Detroit, but it wasn't working here. Now, ultimately, he just wanted us to leave since we'd been there for 5 hours, and we were free to screw off another night. And a few nights later, that's what we did. Nothing was fixed, and Chris determined he had like 5 broken spark plugs and sent somebody back to his house to get them. But the night wasn't a total loss.
To you, birthday, dear Dustin. Happy birthday to you.
I wish Chris would get his truck done.
If you say it out loud.
And a week later, Chris was back out at it again. He got the fuel stuff fixed and managed to finally finish off the rear end that's been hurt for a couple years. So with weeks of abuse, lean run conditions, and overheating, he finally got his dyno session. Pro mod. Turns out the head gaskets had had quite enough of this.
Yeah, that is. Well, no, the oil's coming out the exhaust also. But it's all milky and stuff coming out the catch.
So with the truck tucked safely in the trailer, Chris went back to what he loves best. And it seemed like maybe he learned his lesson. Or maybe not.